Madume batho ba setjhaba, kgotso e be le lena. Today I want to talk about three topics. First one being Operation Dulla on their way to White City to close the foreign-owned tuck shops. And surprise, surprise, the Taxi Association and the community of White River stopped Operation Dulla. Why? Secondly, I would like to touch on the 44th SADC summit that is happening in Zimbabwe. You guys know that our president and our deputy president is out of the country. So that means that we are left in the capable hands of Mamu Angie Motshekga. I mean, nobody is better than Angie Motshekga. She's the Defense Force Minister. Also, I want to touch on PANYAZA Lesufi. He had a Gauteng Lekgotla where he was talking about a lot of interesting topics that I think that we need to break down properly about this issue of rebuilding Gauteng and in particular rebuilding the ANC. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinchifa Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm covering the three topics that I told you guys about on the intro. The 44th, imagine, 44th SADC Summit. 44 SADC Summit. The SADC leadership is meeting to talk about the goals of SADC, the aims of what they want to achieve, the integration between the countries and all of those things. And after they speak, nothing comes out of it. Nothing absolutely comes out of the SADC Summit. Our countries are not integrated. The only country that we can really credit that is working very hard is Botswana. Botswana, if you are from Zimbabwe, if you want to go to Botswana for some few days, you don't need a passport. Botswana is integrated with Namibia. Botswana is doing great. Botswana's economy is better than South Africa. I believe their currency is also stronger than South Africa. So they are doing well. They got better contracts when it comes to the De Beers mining company. They own their diamonds. They take a big chunk out of the De Beers diamonds that they are mining there, and everything is done in Botswana. I mean, we need to acknowledge and copy some of the things that Botswana is doing. But anyways, our presidents are there. They are meeting. Hope they become safe and they finish. I'm not sure if the summit will be the whole week or something. Like I said, it bears no fruits for us as the African children. When they come back there, it's like puppets of presidents that are sent there by their white masters. President is gone. Now Angie Motshekga is our president, our interim or acting president for the time up until she comes back. It's normal that it will be the defense minister who's going to carry that command, because should a war come out or should anything happen, the defense minister will be the most powerful person in our country. We'll hear from her. So it's Angie Motshekga. Hopefully nothing dramatic is going to happen between now and then with all of these army military camps that are happening in South Africa. I hope nothing happens to us. So that's the topic. I'm just alerting you, some of you who might not know. The second topic I want to talk about that is very interesting is Operation Dulla. Mina ngazi mina ma-Africa nifuna nina, yes? Mina straight angazi ukuthi nifunani. So the community of White River has called, is it White River, White City? They have called Operation Dulla to say, guys, come, we're having an issue. These tuck shops are selling counterfeit goods. They are selling expired goods. They are keeping the SASA cards of our grandmothers and our sisters and everything. Come Operation Dulla and solve this problem. Operation Dulla was there. Yesterday I reported on this. You guys saw what I said about it. Because Operation Dulla is pushing that patrioticness towards South Africans. People who are not from here must go. The businesses must be owned by local officials and everything. And everybody said, yes, yes, King, we are all for that. We want these people out of Soweto. Guess what? Today, or yesterday when Operation Dulla went there, they found a big stop nonsense. What was that stop nonsense? The Taxi Association has now entered this issue. Who's funding the Taxi Association? It's obvious, ladies and gentlemen, if you use your mind, if you can apply your mind to this whole situation. I like how my friendos are playing this game. They are becoming smart now. If you can buy the officials or the inspectors, you can also buy the permits and everything at Home Affairs. You can also buy the police because the police are corrupt. And now you can also buy the biggest defense force in South Africa, which is the Taxi Association. And now Operation Dulla is there. They are shocked. There's another video that this lady made. I mean, it was a funny video. Okay, let me play it for you guys so you guys can hear it.
Let me tell you. Community yakhona ithi nje nix laba bangapha i-community yonke le ngapha ithi akunashop ezovalwa la community yonke le community bese kuze ngapha kuba abantu abomthetho ababethu laba bangapha sithi siyayivala la mashop bangapha so lento ime itsi nokhansela ukhona bathi bona labantu laba babanikeza imali bayabagada so akuna kuthi bangabayekela babayekele nje bahambe bathi angeke baze bahambe labantu labo bazobavikela bazobasupporta thina singamane silwe senzeni ayikho into esoyenza so la amanye lapha lemuva amaPakistan wonke lawa lemuva emva kwamashop lapha amaPakistan abasaround ngena amaphoyisa wakhona ungena kuthi amaphoyisa ukuthi angakhona ungena I don't know what's the reason for bengithi ngitshele commanders hayi kubi sijikelene singama South African abathengisi baningi simile like speechless asikhona nokusonda ngathi singasondela asikhona nokwenzani njoba sila.
So Operation Dulla got to White City, and now they discovered that the people of White City are guarding the shop. As South Africans. Guys, we're not on the same page in this country, and I think that respect has to be there. And I'm telling you guys, when things don't change constitutional, if you don't change the constitution, if you don't change the rules and the laws of the country, you can't do anything to these Pakistanis and Somali. You can't. It's illegal. And now the Pakistanis and the Indians, they are clever now. What they're doing, they're buying protection. So the same community that was complaining just 2 days ago is the same community that is standing in front of the shop and saying, listen, you are not going to close this shop. And I told you guys, when you close, there's so many shops, these Pakistanis, what you call our foreigners shops in our communities. When you close them, are you going to open alternative shops? Can you run a tuck shop? Do you understand the business of running a tuck shop? Stock taking? Do you understand financial literacy? Are you willing to wake up the early hours when the bakery comes to deliver bread? Do you guys understand that it is late hours that these people are working? Can you compete with them in terms of service? Will you be able to give people food and goods on credit? When you open a shop, will you be able to match what they were doing, you South Africans? That's all I'm asking. I know you can. I'm saying, can you do it at a rate where they were doing it? Now, it's you South Africans, because when we say peace in Pan-Africanism, let's do Pan-Africanism, you say we don't want to hear anything about Pan-Africanism. Then what do you call this? What do you call this? The same people that were complaining about expired food. Children are eating expired food and dying. Our sisters and our grandmothers' sasa cards are in the hands of these people. The same people that were complaining are the ones that are protecting the shop. They're standing in front of the shop and saying, you are not going to close this shop. This shop is our shop. These are our people. The Ubuntu spirit all of a sudden is there for Africans. They will never do this when banks are manipulating the currency. They will never close schools when racist incidents are happening. They will never go to the banks, the World Netbank, FNB and all, for charging black people a higher rate in loans. They will never do that. You'll never see this type of patrioticness to things that actually change the economy, the things that affect our standard of living. 3% is what the township economy contributes to the GDP of our country. 3. The ShopRite has opened what do you call them? The U-Save shops. You'll never hear anyone fighting those shops. Those shops are fine. Why? Because they create jobs. That's, we black people, we don't want to manufacture anything. No toilet paper, no toothbrush. We don't want to manufacture our own brooms. We don't want to. These foreigners are walking with brooms like this, selling us brooms. We don't want to manufacture. We just want jobs. We just want jobs and free food. Operation Dulla, yes, what they were doing is also motivated politically. But I said, and Julius said it about Gayton McKenzie. He said, if people did not vote for the EFF because they were against the Advanced African Integrated Border System, or what you guys call open borders, if the people were not happy about the open borders that the EFF was pushing, why didn't they vote for the PA? The PA was saying close the borders. So if people are saying if people in the majority are saying all of these tuck shops must be closed, they're selling us expired food and everything. We have seen what they are doing in their kitchens, the standard of hygiene and everything that is happening there. If people are tired, why is it that Operation Dulla in Parliament did not get one seat? Okay, because nobody's going to answer me. Let's quickly listen to what PANYAZA Lesufi said.
And we must tinter ourselves and rise and rebuild this movement. Because there is no other movement that we have except the African National Congress. Comrades, you might be a doctor, Dr. Ures. You might be an engineer. You might be whatever that you are. But the reality is that if the ANC goes, it's going to be difficult for all of us to survive. And not to survive on the basis of government thing, but to survive because the strategic center that paves the way for transformation and access would have been removed. Actually, there's someone that led us yesterday in the PEC and say, the problem of ANC is the governization of the ANC. Governization of the ANC. Problems of the ANC find themselves in government. That if the ANC is unstable in that particular region or province, even the government of that particular region and province will be unstable. That we must find a mechanism to stop that rot. So in doing things differently, comrades, we accepted the following. That, let's be honest, comrades, if we accept that we want to build an ethical state, if we accept that we want to build a developmental state, If we accept that we need to deliver services, the first area that we need to look is the officials that are in government that are assigned this big task to implement things in government. The Provincial Executive Committee of the ANC arrived at the position that majority of these officials are no longer officials. They are business people by night, officials by day, and they are captured by many institutions. That we must draw the sand now. The line in the sand. We must draw that particular line in the sand, Comrade Chilits. That from now on, the power and the authority of government does not lie with officials. The power and the authority of government lies with the African National Congress, and the African National Congress will defend its right to exist. We've been accused, comrades, as leadership, that we are corrupt. We've been accused as this movement that we are corrupt, but in reality, is majority of these public officials who, in the absence of the ANC, they've plunged us where we are. And we want to thank those that are upright. We want to thank those that continued to be good professionals, but we want to warn those that thought their position can make them to even try to influence the outcome of conferences of the ANC because they are officials of the ANC. So this Lekgotla is presenting us with that opportunity. That there are certain government departments will downscale for now, for the next 3 years, so that we concentrate on the task that lies ahead and strengthen the task so that we can deliver those issues. So this Lekgotla, comrade, is going to be different. And I want to say it to our officials that are here, it's going to be different. We have learned and our people have punished us. We can't walk as if it's still the same. And we have to take stock of those limitations and re-strengthen ourselves. But we also want, comrade, we want by members of the PEC, don't misdiagnose the problem. Because you misdiagnose the problem, your solutions will be wrong as well.
Yeah, PANYAZA Lesufi Akshem is trying, but they are trying in the wrong party. They are trying at the wrong time. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but it is almost impossible to save this ANC, and they will see on the upcoming local elections. I mean, in Gauteng they got 30-something percent, 36%, 35%. It's gonna be lower, unfortunately. For the ANC, they're not going to be able to survive. This thing of saying they want to rebuild the ANC. And the motivation for rebuilding is exactly what he says. He says if this ANC goes, it's going to be difficult for us to survive. When he says us, he's not talking about South Africans. He's not talking about me and you. He's talking about the officials of the ANC. It's going to be difficult for them to survive because since 1994, they've got used to a certain quality of life because of their association in the ANC. It's indeed going to be very difficult for them to survive. And also he's pointing out something that shows that the ANC can't differentiate between government and the party. He says they are governizing the state. They are governizing the ANC. So when the ANC has got a problem in a certain region where there's in-house fighting, people fighting for position, service delivery also gets impacted. It's an ANC leader that's saying that. When we say it, we are wrong, we are analyzing rubbish, but we know when leaders fight in the ANC, like I told you, that the ANC's next president must be uncontested. If he becomes contested, if it's PANYAZA versus Fikile, it's going to be a disaster. And I'm giving them this free advice because they are not paying me. I'm saying, go behind closed doors, sit down and decide who is going to take the ANC forward. And that person must emerge uncontested. You're going to save a lot of people from leaving the ANC if you do that. But if you become two factions that are fighting each other in conferences and everything, not only the ANC is going to suffer, the country is going to suffer, and eventually the MK and the EFF will emerge stronger because of that fight, because people will be leaving those parties and going to one of these two. And my prediction is one of the EFF and the ANC somewhere is going to become one party. So the majority of the ANC or state officials are not state officials. They are businessmen at night. It's PANYAZA that's saying that. Now, you can't stop such people, ladies and gentlemen. There's no... Guys, if I'm earning 200,000 rand per month and the government is splitting it into 12 in deposits into my account, and I've got power of influence somewhere, somehow in my department. And here comes these tenderpreneur people. Here comes this white monopoly capitalists. They want to give me 200,000 rand cash today, not over the period of 12 months. Many people don't have the integrity to say no. So, like PANYAZA is saying, they're working, state workers during the day, but businessmen at night, because they've been bought. You know, and then he says something that is very scary. He says they have to downscale the departments. Why are you downscaling? Downscale, what do you mean? People have to lose job? What are you downscaling? What are you downscaling? You're downscaling because of what? Of budget? Why are you downscaling? Over the next 3 years, you need to downscale. People have to lose jobs, or you are moving people into positions where they are not able to, you know, that uncertainty that will be happening there. And the most important thing I think that PANYAZA said on that clip is that they are misdiagnosing the problem. It's Thabo Mbeki that told the ANC, but they did not understand what Thabo Mbeki was saying. The problem is white monopoly capitalist that has its hand in the ANC. And the ANC ignores this problem. They ignore it. It's like they're walking around and sleeping in a corner in the room, ignoring the elephant that is standing right in the center of the room. You are not in control of the ANC anymore. The ANC is bought. You were there in 2019 when the ANC was bought for 1 billion rand. It's no longer your ANC. It's controlled from outside. There was absolutely no need for a government of national unity. The ANC could have worked with the EFF and the MK party, but you chose to protect a particular one person against the whole structure, the whole organization. You chose one person, and that person will not be here 2-3 years from now. He's going to resign very soon. Very soon. Just watch as these Nkandla issues start coming up and the DA starts punishing the ANC for not working with them in Gauteng. Just watch what is going to happen. Just watch. Be patient. Be patient. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Again, thank you so much to everyone that has supported PaseTa. We are looking for 10,000 people to contribute only 50 rand monthly to the dream of building a black independent school. If you're one of those people who wants to see some type of change in the educational system, especially for the black child, please make your deposit of only 50 rand. We appreciate it so much. And don't forget to visit www.PaseTa.co.za. Fill in there. There is a service button you can press there. Tell us about yourself. Tell us if you want to be involved in PaseTa. We are looking especially for ladies. Hey, we've got enough gentlemen now. Please, ladies, come in. Let's build this dream together. If you are in the financial industry, accounting and administration and all of those stuff, we need ladies to come in and help us to professionalize everything that we are doing. Please, ladies, I need you guys to raise your hand also and not watch this dream being built from a side. We need the queens, we need the brains, we need your spirit as African queens here. Really, the WhatsApp groups is full of guys. You guys know on this number, I created a community WhatsApp group for PaseTa, and mostly, if not 98%, is gentlemen. So please, ladies, come on board. Come on board. Let's build the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Let's do this one together. Thank you so much for that one, guys. And please go and watch the African Mojolo with your boy King, where we discuss relationships and everything that has to do with marriages. I've got some nice stuff that is dropping tomorrow there. And until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism.